Hello there, this is Space Runner 5, and welcome to a new Let's Play series where we are playing as the Confederate States of America in the Extended Timeline mod, as you guys had requested us to do some modded Let's Play series, specifically in the Extended Timeline series. So I want you guys to go ahead and comment down below for what other series you want to see inside of this Extended Timeline mod series, where I kind of want to just do like key missions in here. Like, we're going to play as Confederate States, we're going to rewrite history, and our main objective is just to go and beat up the United States, get our independence. Well, we kind of already technically have our independence, currently based off our CB that we have right now, which we'll go into a little bit. But our main objective is to go ahead and wipe off the United States off the face of the Earth, where they have way more development than us. They have maximum manpower, or force limit of 314,000 troops, so we have 81,000 troops, so they have like about 6 to 1 of our development-ish. Just doing that as a rough, quick guess. They have way more troops than us. They have 304, they have, what? Oh, that's actual active troops. That's just not even their active force limit. Wow, okay, they have a crap ton of troops. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to go in today, and we're actually going to fight the United States the best of our ability. We're actually going to forgo the entire West, and we're just going to say, sorry, Texas. You're going to be proud, and you're going to stand alone as you are formerly the Lone Star State, and you will have to continue to do so because we are in no state to be able to protect you at the moment. We're going to go ahead and click all of these because we start off with all of these different little buttons that we can click. Do you want morale of army and discipline for suffering Jeffrey Davis a penalty to military? I would say yes, I do want that. I don't care about diplo relations, so land leader shock. We're going to hold on to that for a little bit. We don't need it right now. Don't need religious, any of that either. We're good there. Don't need any drill, so we'll hold off on those. We're going to build up force because we've already done that. Yes, so in the CB, we are technically going after our independence here, except the CB's imperialism. Why, I don't know. That's just how it's scripted here. We're going to live with it. If we do lose the war, we're going to consider this us fully annexed. So we cannot lose the war. That's our big thing. They outnumber us. That's okay. We're going to have our two leaders. We have our Robert E. Lee, who is the notorious leader for the Confederate sides. Unfortunately, they didn't go ahead and include any of his other sub-commanders. For Johnson, Stonewall, Jackson. Did I say Johnson? I meant Lawn Street, but yeah. Johnson's over here. He was on the west. We're going to pull him back because everything west of the Mississippi is going to be, sorry, you're SOL. Sorry, there's too many American troops here, and Indians and Mexicans, and we don't want to deal with that. I say Mexicans as in Mexico, because they had potentially invaded. So we're just going to leave that alone because they and Texas had a lot of beef with one another, as Texas was a former colony. So, I actually do know quite a bit about the Civil War. All of my facts are from like 10, 20 years ago. From when I was in middle school, high school. This was one of my hobbies, was me learning about the Civil War. So, ironically, the war started right around now in Fort Sumner, which is down here in South Carolina at one of these two riverheads. I don't remember. I didn't refresh any of my memory, so if something's a little off, let me know. I'm not perfect. It's a long time ago. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in here at possible advisors. I'd rather have this discipline advisor because we are fighting a massive uphill battle. So we're going to want that for sure. Morale of armies could be good, but historically the rebel morale was already way better than the Yankees, just because, or the Blue Bellies, if you will, just because they weren't necessarily well trained, and the Union actually had quite a few issues with how they actually stacked up their troops and organized them. So one of the big reasons why the Yankees did so poorly in battles is that they would have their regiments of 1,000 men, but they wouldn't refill them. So you would have your veterans and then your greenhorns basically come in. So that way the green people would learn from the veterans how to fight. The Yankees would go ahead and they would just send that regiment until it's fully, completely dead. So you would have regiments of 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, fighting a full regiment of rebels who would have 1,000 troops in those instances. So there could be an overly inflation of bureaucracy in the Union Army very easily if you have an army of 60 or 80,000 troops, except each regiment only has 400 people inside of it. There's a lot of regiments versus the rebels, who would have an army of about 60,000-ish. And then they would only have 60,000 or 60 regiments. Way simpler bureaucracy and command structure. It also makes reinforcements supply way easier to manage. That's one of the big issues that the Yankees had. Not that you guys care about that, but you know. We can go ahead and start on getting on in here. We're gonna actually send our army south. We're gonna leave Richmond behind a little bit. We're gonna stay close because we do have to defend our capital the best of our ability. We're gonna actually hire these 2 Marines just because we have sailors that we don't need. We don't need boats. We do have our boats here, but we're gonna kind of let them be as they are. We're going to go ahead and hire additional artillery just because they help us in our backline. Historically, the rebels did not have very much artillery. Most of their artillery was actually captured from the Union armies. Who do you have as a leader? You have Grant. Ulysses Grant wasn't really a leader at this point. He actually was over here in the west, which I kind of wish they had scripted a little bit more. Historically, he would not be here leading this army yet. You'd have... There were so many Union lead commanders going on. There was Meade, McClellan, you had Hooker, you had all these different little guys going on in between the mixed of all this, which was also one of the big issues that they had for the Union Army. Their big McClellan was a very good leader on the Union side, but unfortunately he was he was good, but he was very careful per se. So he definitely he had plenty of times where he could have wiped the Union Army. Oh, we're gonna lose a big chunk of our navy. That was a horrible battle for us. I was just trying to bring it on home, but unfortunately we did not have the ability to do so. Grant, you're going to go do that. Do you have a Sherman? I'm kind of curious if there is a Sherman. Is there a Sherman? Why is Lincoln leading an army? Hold up. I have questions. I have questions. Can we go capture the president? He did not lead an army. He sat in... Where are all of your other good leaders? You guys are just going to go walk around our country. That's fine. I just want to go ahead and get my stacks together. So that way we can go ahead and potentially fight a little bit better. Because we're going to try and stack away a bunch of these guys. We do have merchants that are available. We're going to go ahead and transfer trade here over to the Chesapeake area. We have 0% there, which isn't really worth anything. 0% there. We're transferring this direction. Great. We are already collecting here. Okay. Ohio, you're fine. We just sent someone here. We have a little bit... Oh, we're already... We're earning? No, we transfer there. I guess we'll transfer here in Mexico, too. That's fine. That'll work. And I guess we'll transfer here. We have additional, merchants. Might as well. Not that it's going to help much. This is the Union executing one of their big plans. This was called the Andacana Plan to cut the Confederate States in two. Where they would have the Mediterranean here, and not the Mediterranean, the Mississippi here, and then they would blockade all of our ports so we couldn't actually trade. It actually did pretty well in terms of suffocating the trade and destroying the Confederate States economy very nicely. If you're going to leave Washington all by itself, I guess I'll go siege that since that's the war goal. I'm a little confused why you're going to let me do that, but I'm okay with that. I have no complaints. Definitely can't complain about that if you're going to let me go have your war goal. Oh, okay, you did have an army there. You have a 3-3 leader, Alexander Hawk. I'm assuming he was over in the west because I've never heard of him. That's kind of how that goes. It's like, oh, I've never heard of you. Interesting. We're going to take loans. That's okay. These are our 2 new troops. We're kind of just going to let them sit here. Do I want to assault Washington for... Assault it. I want it. It's mine. We're going to take it. It's going to cost us quite a few troops, though. This must be old patch sieges. Okay, well, Washington fell. I feel better already. All right, we're going to go ahead and re-merge over here. I'm surprised no one tried to defend this. We took your president. I'm probably going to say he's captured. We definitely don't want to fight Grant because he'll just kill us. In terms of our general ability to fight, we actually want to go ahead and start building a spy network. Probably should have done that a little while ago. We're going to go based off the assumption that, England isn't going to help us in our war. We can obviously improve relations with them. Alliance, yeah, maybe we can get the alliance in there. This war's going to go on for too long. They're not going to join ever, but we can dream. We're going to go ahead and do this battle. We can actually pick up this piece of artillery when we're there. You guys just go to Richmond. Or actually, you can just go into battle. That's fine. Having the artillery is going to be but significantly better than not having it, per se. And the other fun thing is here is West Virginia. Actually didn't exist before the Civil War. Oh, this is our morale that we're talking about here. 11 to 9.4. Why do you have so much cav? This is, that's a horrible army. We're going to just slaughter everyone there. Which is, historically, the rebels did very well in terms of fighting. Nah, they lost all their infantry. All right, that was a few thousand troops dusted. Historically, the Union did lose way more troops than the Confederacy per battle. Again, that goes down to how they had their regiment structure and their general bureaucracy of the army. We're actually going to leave the Union Army alone because he's a 5-5 leader, and I have no desire to fight that. This is a significantly more infantry in this stack. And our army is structured very, very nicely. I wanted the additional artillery, though, for ourselves. Hills battle, not necessarily the best. We get a river crossing penalty. Do we have poor maneuver? No, it said potential. All right, good. You guys try and intercept this army as well. If we can do 2 battles at once, where we know we're going to be able to win, Grant can go stay over there. I don't care about him. We're going to ignore him until he's something we actually have to deal with. And we're not going to invade the Union until we have successfully destroyed a large chunk of their army. They're down 27,000 men. Or manpower. That seems fine. We'll catch you in Knoxville. There we go. Again, large troop disparities in terms of losses. We're only losing a few thousand. They're losing several thousand. And unfortunately, we did not get to start the war with the first Battle of Manassas over here in this area. Which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Life goes on. We're going to go fight here in the hill with Robert E. Lee once more. Grant is still going to stay all the way over there, and so I'm good. We can actually detach Marines. Interesting. I need to do multiple conversions? Sure, why not? I don't really see a reason not to. We're going to let you guys kind of chill. I mean, I would prefer fighting in the woods. Woods are good. We're going to send this guy over here to go siege Charleston because he has 3 siege pips, Johnson. Which is kind of strange why he has so many siege pips, because I don't think historically anyone was really particularly great at sieging at this day and age. I know Grant did a pretty good job sieging down over here in No, is this Fredericksburg over here? There was a big fort over here. I believe this was Fredericksburg, where he actually just laid siege to a Confederate fort for many months, and he actually outmaneuvered Johnson there. I believe that is where Johnson had his big defeat. Why are we losing so much war score? We have the ticking war goal. You're just occupying all of Texas. Oh, well, you did take back your capital. Fair enough. All right, you guys go back over here. We're just gonna, reinforce a little bit. You guys stay there. Looks like the United States is suffering attrition. How much professional do we have? We have quite a few that we can burn. To go ahead and get our manpower up. Please stay away from my capital, is all I ask. 19,000 troops. You've already lost about 50,000 troops, which is also very nice to see. Hunting pirates. Sure. Oh, this is a level 8 fort. I did not... Richmond has a level 0 fort on top of it? Oh. Let me, Richmond was actually pretty well defended. I think that's kind of garbage, that we have a level 1 fort on our capital. For sure. Especially, when, Charleston, I mean, are they trying to, simulate Fort Sumter there, maybe? That could be the only thing that I could see them doing there. Looks like you're trying to come fight me. Let's go ahead and go south. Leave Robert E. Lee by himself. I'm surprised they didn't give him just a modifier direct. That's their cav stack right there. It has zero troops in that regiment. Very nice. We like to see that. Oh, did the game crash? Game crashed. Oh, no, it lived. It lived! I'm actually surprised it lived. We have artillery. Oh, this stack has no artillery. Surprised that we had no artillery. Can I get some more artillery then? I feel like artillery is something that we just need more of every day and any day. We have no sailors. That's okay. Our boats they're whatever. I couldn't even get them out to a safe location. It just kind of is what it is. All right, let's do an artillery barrage here. I want this to fall. That really didn't change much. Is this Grant? No. So we're actually going to go fight over here. We're going to bring up both of our stacks together, and we're going to go fight over here. We're going to take Richmond back. Historically, Richmond did not fall. They did go ahead and siege down, this little peninsula area, but they never actually got to the capital of Richmond until the very end of the war. Go, Charleston's back. Right, we're going to go ahead and merge both these stacks together. Who's this? Someone that doesn't really matter. Okay, great. Merge. Go there. Robert Lee is our 6'5 leader. He's going to do great. did fall, which means our Navy is going to get killed. That's okay. Our Navy is basically just, it's going to go back into port, and that will be it. Make sure you guys are combat locked. Movement locked. Are you guys movement locked? There you guys go. Hello? There you go. Thank you. We're going to send you back over to Charleston. We lost all of our heavies. Our Navy's useless at this point. It's not a thing. Tactics are significantly better. This army is just... Oh, okay. It's like parts of it got away. Yeah, look at those ratios. We lost 9,000 men to their 33,000. We are going to have to take our capital back. All this does hurt us quite a bit, but we are going to get another fort here eventually. It is building very slowly, though. Nationalism has appeared in Houston. Very nice. Definitely don't have any complaints about that. This is going to be a long, grueling war. We have plenty of manpower right now, which actually we don't have that much. Let's go and slacken for the first time. There you go. It goes 13,000 troops. That's going to continue to go down as they continue to occupy more of our land. It is what it is. It's just how our life is going to go. Go tactics. Big disparity. Our discipline is just phenomenal. All right, you guys are probably ready to go ahead and split. What I want is still to have. Why do we take damage for artillery? We're gonna go and create a new army. Don't really need all of our cab that we have. We're gonna keep this army together. This is our main fighting stack. This goes under Robert E. Lee. It goes over there. This stack is the support stack. You guys just kind of tuck in behind him, and we're gonna go take Richmond back. Big disparity is what? Probably they have Richmond, and they're occupying a bunch of our stuff. Occupied and besieged provinces minus 47%. Yeah, that would do it. Blockades also hurt. Those are all bad things for us. You guys go and park your butts over there. We're gonna have to take quite a few loans, I would imagine. Oh, and the army is going to pop back right there. Fantastic. We'll just go and fight that Union army. We're going to have lots of war score due to battles, but that only goes so far. So, all right, and Washington is only a level 1 fort, which is also rather surprising. So you guys go over to Washington. You'll go ahead and take 3 artillery pieces with you, and we'll go ahead and do an artillery barrage here on Richmond. Did it crash again? Did it live? Did it die? It lived. Great. Okay, there's Richmond back for us. Fantastic. Ooh, you guys definitely need to reinforce, though. You are hurting for sure. Go ahead and do an artillery barrage here because we have troops there. There goes Washington already. Fantastic. Send the artillery forward. All right, you guys come back over here. We just want to go ahead and retake some of our own land back. You're left with 200,000 troops, 7,000 manpower. Not very much. If we were to go ahead and slacken some more, it's another 13,000 troops. We definitely need them right now. I'm not planning on hiring any mercs at the moment. So yeah. All right, you guys are needed south. This army is really, this is more of a, it's not even a siege stack per se, but we're going to go ahead and recarpet siege back our homeland for sure. Well, we took Washington, so it's really just due to all these little occupations. Since we have Richmond and Washington together. You can see the Union Army starting to flee. I believe Grant is still down here, if I had to guess. Yeah, he's still down here. But all in all, not too bad. You guys are going to move a little bit faster than us, but that's okay. I'm okay with you guys going taking Washington back. We're building our level 8 fort. Probably should have started that probably day 1 of the war. But, you know, life goes on. Oh, we also didn't select any policies. Movement speed is actually pretty good for us because ooh, national manpower modifier is way better. Goes that. Because we're going to need that. Just additional merchants for trade power. Attrition for enemies, +1. That actually seems pretty nice right now. We'll lose the 61 ducats for now. You guys are going to go back to Washington, so that gives us a chance to go ahead and reoccupy a little bit of our land. Who's that? Oh, that's Grant. We don't even want to say hi to say hi to you. We're just going to continue to reoccupy bits and pieces of our land. What is this? That is, I mean, it's not a full stack. Pretty close to a full stack, though. Down to 205. It does look like you slackened your manpower, at least once. Okay, let's go there. We're just gonna, stay together, stay unified. We got to make sure that we are nice and peachy. I do not see Sherman a leader, which I'm actually surprised that there is no Sherman leader, or at least a general for Sherman. He was actually underneath Julius S. Grant over here in the west, and he actually led an army. He was actually very key over here in Tennessee, defeating the army in this army, outmaneuvering them, sending them down to Atlanta, and then he marched from burnt Atlanta to the ground, and then marched over Savannah, Georgia, and he razed this entire portion of the country, which really destroyed morale for the Confederates, since he just wrecked all of their homeland, which makes sense. All right, so we're gonna reoccupy this. Is gonna take the Tickenwergle a little bit more in our favor, and we're gonna finish these 4 occupations. We're actually gonna go back to the north and make sure they don't take Washington back. That makes sense in my head. You actually may be recovering troops. You may have just said SOL to all of your regiments and called it there. Yeah, because we definitely need to defend Richmond right now. Man, it pauses sometimes. I'm just like, it died. Oh, we're okay. Do you want alliance? Do you maybe want to have trade relations together, GB? I would enjoy some trade if you want to go ahead, and if we show that our country is viable and that it can defeat the Americans. The UK actually almost joined the war on the Confederate side. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to join us. For now, we're okay. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you're trying to siege my capital. Everyone go there. Stay off my... Alright, we're going to go with the defensive edict here, just because it's going to get sieged down so often. Where is our defensive edict? There we go. Slow down their siege speed. We're going to go retake all this, because I just need my fort here. It's at 0%. Defenders are dwindling fast and rapidly. We're almost positive. The last days of Waco. I have no idea who you are. I don't really want to lose a church power right now, because that's actually going to help us eventually. We'll lose some goods produced. That's okay. Alright. I don't want to fight there yet. Don't want to fight there. Alright, we'll go here and we'll go feed in. Ooh, we did lose our capital. That's unfortunate. We're going to have our artillery readily available for this battle. They have no leader here. That's good for us. Ooh, unfortunately, they are going to be able to reinforce it with a bunch of troops. Or they already did, rather. It's okay. We're going to go ahead and be able to reinforce ourselves. There is no Ulysses S. Grant with their 5-5 leader, so we are A-okay for now. He can cause us to suffer an immense amount of damage right now. We're also going to take a crap ton of loans right now. That's okay. Good ratios for us. Let's go ahead and send Johnson over here. We're going to give him the artillery for a hot second. And we're going to send Lee over here to do battle. Because you guys are movement locked, we can easily win that battle for a hot second. We have no artillery. Ooh, no, okay. One of those is a retreating army. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to do artillery barrage, re-assault that back, get that back real quick. There's Richmond. Fantastic. Artillery goes back to Lee. You guys go take Washington real quick. We'll take it back just so the Tickenwergle is not against us. You guys are still pretty high enthusiasm, which I'm surprised at. You did just slacken your standards. You have 75,000 troops. I see that. Let's go ahead and reduce. We don't want any of that. We're gonna go ahead and recollect this, because Washington is going to fall relatively quickly. Is it still building? That's okay. There you go. Washington has fallen. Great. We're gonna go ahead and reconsolidate. Back on over here. I definitely... What's over here? You still have Grant. And he's got about another 40,000, 60,000, 80,000 troops along with him. We have a relatively large army ourselves of 80,000. We're 80,000 strong. I don't necessarily want to fight Grant's army by itself. I kind of would prefer to hit one of these smaller stacks, obliterate it, and then kind of go in. What are we doing here? This 9K stack that's going in here? Yeah. I'm good with that. That's a good battle that I would like to take. Grant is going south, so we might be able to make some of this work. Hello. Hello, goodbye, little army. Those are just dead troops. Go. Looks like we caught a pretty good chunk of artillery there, which is also very nice. So it's always good to kill that. All right, let's go ahead and get another 30,000 troops to reinforce our army. You're down to 162,000 troops, which is, I mean, that's great for us. I did see Grant starting to pop up there for a second, so I was momentarily concerned. for protection against Brazil. I don't appreciate blockades. Again, that is a huge army that just got whittled down. We're going to go after the 16k. Ah, I found the 50k, 52k. We're going to go and fight down here for sure then. We're going to continue to ignore Grant, though. Although, I do not wish to fight you if you're going to do that. All right, we just go back south. We're going to go fight this 52k stack. It has no reinforcements there, and that is a third of the army of the Potomac. There you go. Grant, you're still getting closer. That's okay. I think once we actually do this battle, I don't feel too bad actually fighting you anymore. You have a 5-5 versus our 6-5. We got additional fire pip. We get defenders in the marsh, so you guys suffer a dice penalty. Yeah. Plus we had a leader and you had no leader. That's good stuff. You're gonna see 30,000 Union troops probably die there. Oh, 30,000 plus. 40,000 plus. Yeah, that's what we like to see. That was 10% war score right there. Alright, so we gotta go back over here towards Washington. Gotta make sure we take that back, or at least go take Richmond back before they take it. And we'll be good to go. Still on medium, that's okay. Our war exhaustion continues to tick up. We have not done any occupations. Wow, you guys actually don't have that many forts, looking at that. 35% on Richmond. 35. I think we're okay. Grant was actually a pretty savage leader, if you look at it. It gives the church power. Grant was a very... he knew how to win the war because the Union had a great supply of troops and bodies, able-bodied men that they could send in, where he basically did a war of attrition. For what it was, he did a very good job knowing what he had and what he could do. But, I mean, he sent many men to die. Which, in his own right, he did go ahead. He was an effective leader in the fact that he could win the war. It just didn't necessarily go great for him. Like, at this point, 1864, you've occupied half of, the Confederate States, but you've lost over 200,000 men. I don't think your people are going to be that happy, at least for electing Lincoln. This is where pretty much we would have had the Battle of Gettysburg already. The war would have already turned, but unfortunately we did not. We knew better. We didn't go ahead and do an invasion of the North to go ahead and try and end the war, which got us pretty well. Julius Grant, you are shrinking your army. That army literally survived with 41 cannons. All right, let's go back over here. We're going to go ahead and retake our capital, and we'll go take Washington itself again. Just go ahead and give ourselves a ticking war score since we're going to need that. It is slowly ticking against us. It's actually not that bad. Let's actually go and split this first. And split it in time. Unfortunately. All right, we're going to do artillery barrage. We're going to assault this fort. No Yankees in Richmond, that's for sure. We're going to go take Washington real quick. Because I'm okay with you having to constantly split your army to do so. Go and take Washington back. Look, Lincoln has fled. Oh, we're out of military points. We are not actually making that many military points looking at that. And spending them on artillery barrages. So, I think you guys are almost... Oh, you just slacken your standards once more. Well, we can take our first objective. We can go for religious idea. I think manpower or discipline. Discipline saves us troops. Go and do for that. Go for that. Our Navy's still fine over there in Charleston. We're going to send it back down south. Because Grant does not have a significant sized army anymore. You are going to continue to try and reinforce your armies, but 113,000 versus 80,000, that is where the rebels shine. Our discipline is so much higher, so much better. We'll be able to win this war pretty easily, especially when I'm looking at almost your entire army. There's nothing we can do. There's a plague. It just kind of is what it is. If you guys are suffering lots of attrition on that. 3%, 2.9%, not too bad. Can we catch this army? 26k? I would not mind catching that. Looks like you're gonna... Oh, your guys are going there, though. We can actually catch that. 10th. We may be able to catch you. Does not look like it. There you go. Now we can catch you, and then we're gonna go south. We're gonna go say hi to Grant down there after we go ahead and destroy this little itty-bitty army. All right, looks like our Marines have been dealt a pretty devastating blow. We did take a maneuver penalty. Really? We have... Oh, no, it's just terrain penalty. That's fine. We're going to continue to take more loans. We're probably going to take a bunch of money from the Union in this war. as collateral, because you're finally on medium. Because what we want, how much money do you have? Because the U.S. has 5,600 ducats. How much debt do we have? Out of curiosity. We have 12 loans of 300, so we have about 3,000 ducats worth of debt. Definitely is not a insignificant amount. You guys are going to suffer a 1 dice penalty here, or a 1 roll penalty, and we're going to have 1 additional fire, and that's it. Supply shortage. Yeah, we just need to go ahead and relieve this. We actually outnumber the Yankees here. That's actually huge for us. What we got over here? Standing army plus 5%. Yeah, I'm going to need that real quick. Gives us our tactics advantage. Yeah, our tactics are already +1. Morale's actually pretty close. You guys suffered a 1. 4 to 2. Great. Grant, you actually pulled out a little too soon there, but that was too early. We didn't get enough time to go ahead and defeat your army a little bit more. We're not going to make Davis a leader. That would be preposterous. But we are going to go ahead and tip this a little bit closer into our favor. Do we have our fort here? It's, about halfway done. We're going to go ahead and start carpet sieging back our land. Oh, are we catching the 10k, or is that the entire stack? I'm not sure. No, okay, we caught the 10k stack. Perfect. That will do. I find that acceptable. Yeah, we're just going to go carpet siege. This 10k stack's going to, get swept away. You guys continue sieging. Oh, it's actually a full stack wipe. Fantastic. I'll take those. Let's go there. We're just going to be splitting a little bit. There we go. Washington has fallen 1 spot. That's okay. I'm okay with us not having Washington unoccupied at every waking moment. As long as they stay off of Richmond, I'm pretty good. Did you guys lose Grant? I don't see Grant. Oh, there he is right there. Okay, never mind. It was wishful thinking on my part that something happened to him. Alrighty, but I do think we've ground down the U.S. down. They have 170,000 troops, 67,000 in the bank, which is not gonna bode well. Granted, we're at 0. We're sitting at 0, but we're reoccupying all of our land, so it's fine. We're not actually doing battles right now. We're gonna be able to easily turn this war in our favor, reoccupy a good chunk of our own land back. But that will have to be next episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you guys please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.